center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the New York Jets and the Las Vegas Raiders. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
Yeah, buddy.
It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against the secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
Right away, here's Garoppolo to throw it. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Ashton Davis, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so.
This is intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. After the interception, here's Wilson. That is caught at the 7. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 25 yards that time.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
This gotta be all pro, definitely not all Madden.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline.
Nah, bro, all I do is all Madden. I don't do all pro. I'm just pretty good.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. I guess you could say they're kind of fortunate to be in the position that they're in, able to host as a division champ, because it's really one of the weakest divisions in the NFL.
And there's often the
We'll see.
every time, right? That 4th seed, should they actually be hosting? Because sometimes it turns out that division winner has a lesser record than wild card teams that get in, and some people think that'd be a more fair way of doing things. But I gotta tell you, I personally like it. Winning a division title, I don't care what the division, how it's ranked, it still means something to me, and I like the fact that they get to host.
I think that that's the reason you have the divisions. If you didn't just stack them all up and take the best 6 records, but there's a division for a reason, and the champion hosts the first round.
And the first rule of thumb in building a team, build a team to win your division. Beat those teams first, then you go from there.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he'll power his way up near the 25.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get it close, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Now Zerline on and the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The road ahead a little bit more difficult now after that pick six. So dealing with his deficit here, we'll see if he can try to make amends on this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Working from the gun. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley.
And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game.
Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw there complete to Myers.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Running straight ahead is Jacobs.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job, Swarm.
And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right, and as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know they're looking at the scoreboard, thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Yo, this is crazy. Our defense is not that great.
No backs in the backfield.
Kenny G's just
All receivers
garbage.
out in the pattern.
And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And he's got some space here.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Open man here is, and a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up.
Jets got a cool defensive lineup. Yeah, Jimmy G ain't that guy.
After the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time looked well for a solid gain.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here we go.
Garoppolo on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 41. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the 1st half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was 3rd down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to 1st down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a 1st.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall punching it in from a yard away. And the Jets continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Boy, still in the 1st quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the 1st half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Quentin Williams gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this 1st quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. After the sack on first down, Garoppolo. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coach,
I'm still watching.
Bro, you see that? I'm on all Madden. This defense was giving me troubles this whole season in this game. Now they playing great. I'm happy.
struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also...
That's Wassip.
He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 4 yards rushing for him already. A terrific first quarter here to begin the playoffs. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see.
I seen that he was shamming.
Down here in the red zone, that one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Garoppolo. And some space here. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. There's Garoppolo to throw. Caught on the right side by Adams. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left.
They might score a couple times.
And this is going to be a Raiders first down.
Yeah, you know how mad it is, man.
21-0 our score after 1. Second quarter from Vegas, the homestanding Raiders with a football here. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And that's going to be another first down.
You can stop them with 4-3 and nickel plays.
17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Nice grab there for a guy coming off a terrific season, one that saw him have over 100 catches.
And when you have that many catches, that means you're a full part of the offense. And let's face it, he's been as good as anyone in the NFL this year. So it figures he's going to play a big role in whether his team can advance in the playoffs.
From the 38, Garoppolo over the middle, and it's incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween.
Good defense.
They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. To throw is Garoppolo. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15. Just
Come on, Day, that was your pick six.
that good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
The play before.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. A nice little juke. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 41 yards on the ground for him so far. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White.
You definitely gotta stop the run.
Zamir White, a 3-yard touchdown. And the Raiders go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. On 3rd down and short and everything well executed. He not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown.
Defense commit to the run so often in these situations. There's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play.
You stop the run, you control the game.
And found their way into the end zone with a running play.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Your secondary is on point.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game in the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end, the wide receivers, everyone is coming together, wanting him to get the ball and get it often, and they want to carve some holes out there for him.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They're going to be stopped up on.
Please run, but timing is everything when it comes to running and making separation.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They go play action now. Wilson rolling to his right. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. Here's Tyler Newsome now. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
Wilson is more a 3-step drop-back passer.
Jacobs. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Very quick throw. He's got Myers. Jacoby Myers. A big play there on the catch and run. 72 yards. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch. Jacobs will take this one in for a Vegas touchdown. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Jets. They've seen their 21-0 advantage cut to just 7, so time to go back to work here, 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Hall on a give up the middle. And able to get this one across the 45.
Yeah, buddy, see what I'm saying.
60 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. They go play action with Wilson. On the move to his left. And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now. And Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football.
No day I was open.
But still, 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On play action, now Garoppolo. Lets this go for Renfro downfield. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Catch is made by Hunter Renfro. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
I knew Renfro was wide open.
To develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 20-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. inside the red zone. It's Garoppolo. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Quentin Williams. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Carlson able to put this one through, and that'll bring him back within 4. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a...
You gotta disguise your cover plays.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
A solid return, pretty good field position. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. And we'll see what they want to do. 45 seconds is all that remains until the break. Now Hall to start the drive. And to about the 39 here. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way
Keep the top down, Sonny.
for an easy completion and a first down.
On the move past the 40. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. There's Hall bringing in another one. And they'll work this down inside the 30. So we're a look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we...
That 3-step drop back works every time.
And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this 3rd quarter. And they've been the better of the 2 teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Ball again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll go again with Hall. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
A handoff for Hall. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They're really locked in on offense.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
And he's got it. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a 2nd defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Hall.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York.
Breece Hall,
his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
What up, Uncle Dave fam? Victory hand fire smiling face with sunglasses.
And he'll just take a seat in the driver to get at the 25-yard line.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because...
If it was me, I would have went for a field goal, force them to go deep.
Zone, but it's not verified yet.
Talking about stinking Madden cheating.
Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And now here is another interception.
Should have took a field goal that wouldn't have happened.
Possession of the football. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
They'll give to Hall.
Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just in.
They're going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Well, this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, tried to help him shake it off because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
Now, meanwhile, a pass pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Off play action. O'Connell. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Jets will take over. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10. At about the 32. He'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt. As
Good way to force a turnover.
It almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
On 1st down, right back to Hall. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. When you're trying to throw inside routes,
You know how to use blitz packages.
helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Okay, so the personal foul penalty. And those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
Michael O.J. Mudia with the tackle.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I get the thought process. 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way. But that means you're counting on your offensive line to win a lot of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, and there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Jets' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So a big decision there to go on 4th down. Gets him not only the 1st, but gets him the touchdown as well.
And Brandon, you and I know that all these coaches tell us if every play is executed the way it's designed, it goes for a touchdown. But let's be honest, they were shooting for the 1st down on that one, and boy, were they fortunate to take it all the way in.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And now here come the Raiders. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw. O'Connell, that's caught left side. Myers with it. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fielded at the 20. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. They'll start stiff arm. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Paul again. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Wilson's throw into the hands here of Hardman. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Do you think that Bravado Hellfire Hotring is worth it? That's the new car.
1 quarter remains for the Rams.
I haven't even played GTA today, so I didn't even know it was out.
Watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. Straight ahead is Hall. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13. Play action. Now Wilson. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Max Crosby, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. And the Raiders are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Yeah, I guess it was update and all garages are 50% off and some cars like 5 of them.
5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
2nd and 8. Operating from the gun. O'Connell. Quickly a slant to Renfro. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets 17-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And this offense on 3rd down today, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. Touchdown Raiders. Austin Hooper from 8 yards out. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Taken in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And the Jets set to take the field. If this game continues the way it's gone, it'll be, well, somewhat of an upset. 5 over 4, not huge, but still the big thing, winning on the road to stay alive. Pretty big deal.
Yeah, when you pointed out that 5 over 4, the first thing that flashed through my head was college basketball. When they get to their tournament, right?
Yeah, like the 8-9 seed first-round game.
Right, you always look at that before you thought your brackets, don't you? And you got to figure out which one you're going to pick, that 9 seed over the 8. And sometimes even that 7-10 game feels the same way. Not much difference between the 2 teams. Give them a lot of credit, though, for going on the road and getting it done in this one.
Yeah, that's a difference. NCAA tournament, neutral site here on the road and putting some people on notice. They'll roll him out right. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
He finds Corey Davis. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
This game has been a lesson, a clinic in how to throw the football. I mean, even with a big lead, they're not turning off the engine. They're not getting off the gas at all. They plan to keep going at it, and it's working for them.
And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Wilson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.